What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, my people, my lovely people? This is me, Julian Ehab from Notes Punch, again with my second episode of my summer segment. And in today's segment, I'll be reviewing Bleecker Street from Bond Number 9. Bond Number 9, Bleecker Street has been out for quite a while now. And it used to have a lot of love in the community, and a lot of people used to love it. But I don't see that as of right now. So I don't see much talk and much love about it as of right now. It's kind of like, it's just a little weird that like if a fragrance just comes out like a few years back and just people tend to love it at that time and totally forget about it and just put it on the shelf or resell it or just ban it and just look for the new one, and just what they used to love, it's just gone, and just look for what's new right now. It's kind of like fashion trend, and I kind of like disagree with that. I totally understand when you wear a fragrance for a long time and you just get tired of it, but you're just gonna put it in your shelf for a little bit and then revisit it when you really miss it, because unless you don't really like it, you know. But I wouldn't like really love a fragrance and but after like a couple of years or so, you just totally dislike it or just hate it. I understand people noses develop and their palette changes, but not to that level from a hate to dislike, in my opinion. But it is one person's opinion, so it varies from person to another. So with that being said, let's just move on to the review of Bleecker Street. Bleecker Street, it is the fresh cut grass type of fragrance. A lot of people says that, and I totally agree with them. But in my opinion, it is more than that, especially on the top note, because the top note, it's the one's got the most things going on, and mid and base, it's just a couple of notes just adds up, and that's pretty much it. So it is pretty much about the top note. So if you get the top note, the complexity of the top note, you would pretty much see how complex that fragrance is in a way. Even though a lot of people says it's very simple, it's boring, it's pleasant, inoffensive, and I can totally see that. And but a lot of people love it, and I can see that. You know, this one, it wouldn't have that many dislikes because it's just super inoffensive and pleasing to the nose. With that being said, let's just move on to the top note and the notes. Top notes only for the weird part. It's so ironic that it's only got like 4 notes, which is the cassis or the blackcurrant leaves, violet leaves, and thyme and blueberries. So from those 4 notes, this fragrance would get the most complexity all over throughout the whole life of this fragrance. It would get the greenery, the fresh green type of feel from the cassis. It's gonna get that metallic feel from the violet leaves. It would get the fruity, sour, tart feel from the blueberries. It would get a spicy and a little bit of a leathery feel from the thyme. So all those things really mix together really well, and it just makes it a sour, tart, metallic, green, fresh fragrance. That's what it is pretty much. And this whole composition stays throughout the whole fragrance, and the only thing would go away is just the tartness. So and on the mid, a little bit of cinnamon comes in, and the vanilla just amps up and just makes it a little sweeter, and the tartness, as I said earlier, just like tamed down and just a little by little until like really goes away, definitely. And the fragrance just gets sweeter and get oak mossier, because the oak moss really gets in there. And the oak moss, and I forgot to say that I can really detect the oak moss from the beginning. There's a lot of oak moss in there, which gives it an earthy feel. And the Aquas is like really dominant in the mid with the vanilla, which makes it a little woodier, greener. It's green and sweet from the vanilla. A lot of people call it gourmand. A gourmand for me, it's something that it would makes my mouth salivate. It makes me wanna eat it or makes me wanna crave it. I can see it is sweet, but it's not something that I would like consider myself eating. It is sweet, but that's why I don't really see it as gourmand, or at least not for me. So that's pretty much it. And the greenery from this fragrance, a lot of people like says it just reminds them of a salad bowl. So I tried that myself, and I just brought romaine lettuce and I cut it, and I washed it and I cut it and I put it on that container, you know, that to dry it out. You know, that container that you really press it and it spins to get the water out from the spinach or from the salads, from the green leaves for salads. So I did that, and once I opened it up, I just got this big blast of greenery from the lettuce, and that greenery type of thing, it smells exactly like the greenery from Bleecker Street. So I did that test myself, and I totally agree, and I you know, and I can totally see it. So that's pretty much it. On the base, the Atmos, it says there, it becomes a little woodier, still green, oakmossier, and vanilla, and the caramel just it's become so caramelly, vanilla-y, but it is still not gourmand for me. It's because I don't know, because caramel, it's a gourmand, I can see that, but green caramel or lettuce caramel, I just don't see myself eating something like that. So it just, I don't know, guys, it's just not gourmand for me, and that's just from my own perspective. So each person is different. And besides that, that's pretty much it. That's how this fragrance develops from top to mid to base. As I said, it is not as complex. It is only gets really complex from the beginning, but then like in the mid, just some oak moss and some vanilla and base, just the caramel just comes in, and that's pretty much it. A lot of people, as I said earlier, dislike this fragrance because it doesn't really challenge them as much. And I can see that. And for me, I like this fragrance. I don't love it. I like it. I think it is a nice, inoffensive, signature scent-worthy type of fragrance. It's pleasant to people, strong enough to work all year round, but it's not something that I love, to be honest with you guys. I know it is pleasant, but it doesn't really wow me, to be honest with you guys. It's okay, it is nice, but it's kind of, I agree with the people said it's a little boring, because I think it is a little boring for me. But that's because of my taste. I kind of more into like winter, darker fragrances. Not too dark, but thicker fragrances, like just to be exact. I'm into like thicker fragrances, and like summery type of fragrances. It's really hard for me to get wowed by a summer fragrance. So when I get like wowed by summer fragrance, it has to be a masterpiece. Like for me, what I remember on top of my head right now, Kobe, for me, it is just a fabulous, fabulous summer scent. And I can't wait to put my hands on a bottle of Kobe. It is probably has to be one of my next purchases. I don't own a bottle or a decan of it yet. I own few samples, but I ran out. That's what, like, I'm just trying to explain to you guys my like my taste into fragrances, especially summer fragrances like Kobe, it is like a masterpiece summer fragrance for me. This one, it's a like, not a dislike, but it doesn't really wow me. But don't get me wrong, most of the people, up to 90%, even people that says it's boring, they don't dislike it. It's very safe, inoffensive, pleasant scent for for all year round. And please, if you haven't really sampled this one yet, do yourself a favor and just go to Saks Fifth and just sample it yourself and see what do you think of it. And let me know down below what do you think of Bleecker Street if you guys are familiar with it. And I would love to know other point of views. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And talk to you guys soon. Peace!